Hello, I am Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is another layout building, this time for Yoshi's Island. So, I'm getting ahead of things by building a few layouts for games that I will be playing on my channel most likely next year. And I figured, why not have a cozy game ready to go, waiting in the wings. So I went back and thought, what's a game from my childhood that is fun and, in reality, not the hardest game to play? And I'm like, Yoshi's Island. So I am actually trying to imitate how some of the layouts for it looked. On this channel, I did do a whole bullet journal theme about Yoshi's Island, and I was kind of referencing how it has that watercolor feel to it. And that's what I was trying to do here. And I didn't go into too much detail this time in the back because I knew it was going to be covered up with a box eventually. So you can see I quickly did the background, and then I started doing the layers coming forward because the world I was referencing has a very specific look that I was trying to imitate, and I just started throwing in some of these gray blocks just to change it up slightly. Quickly got them in, had to find the brush I wanted, and started toying around with how I wanted my clouds to look, and they didn't look right at first, and then I came up with what I ended up using. But this brush, for me, felt like it fit this theme so much that it's like, I'm using this. And I tried to add some shading into the clouds, and it's like, you can't see it. It's very light. And I had to go through on some of my blocks here and add little scalloped edges, because in the game that's something that is very common, especially as a design feature. Then it's adding a few bushes. I didn't want them all to be the same shade of green, so I did little medium colored one here, went in with a darker green for the outline, and then I used a very bright green for my other one so it would stand out against the background green. And then I fought with a sign that I ended up fixing at the very end, and there's always something that I end up fighting with, and I was very close to saying this is good enough, and at the time it was. So here, making my box that my video for my gaming channel will end up going in, and it's like, alright, where do I want it? Do I want it lower? Do I want it higher? And I decided for this one, I'm putting it a little bit lower, centered here, just so that way I can have those clouds peeking out up above. And yes, I did cover up a lot of the scalloping and some of my bushes that I did here. It's always a give and take of what will actually show and what doesn't show. But then came the time of finding the font to use, and I didn't have a good font to use, so it's like, alright, which one do I feel gives me the vibe of Yoshi's Island? And since this is a game from my childhood, it's like, alright, I want something that feels and looks like my childhood. So I found a font that I have that looks like the font from the Pokemon games. And I said, I'm going to use this because it has enough of the feel that I'm looking for. And yes, I just left it in black so that way it really stood out. And then I did fix my little signpost in the end. But before I did that, I had to add a couple of eggs to this layout. In all, it did turn out very cute, and I actually am excited to play this game because it's a game that I have played many times. It was the first game I beat by myself. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!